back in the day told you
Yo, fair
that the
use, fair
most
use, fair
important thing
use.
in the world
What's
is a
going
high
on?
school education.
Yeah, welcome to the stream. So today's stream basically is going to continue to be about the Dr. Umar Johnson Daily Wrap Up Crew interview, right? So what I did was, right now YouTube's going crazy. First shout out to Line of Duty Cigars. Went to one of their events a few nights ago. This is actually a good fucking stick. Usually, cigars, they're not really good. But they got in touch with some cats from Nicaragua, and they were afforded a good cigar. So if you ever want to, you see it, flag, black, red, orange, blue. All right, boom. When you see it, don't be afraid. You can take it from Big West. I smoke a lot of cigars. I hate crappy cigars and love to talk crap about crappy cigars. So yeah, back to my stream. Mm. All right. Right now I am listening to a live stream by uh the Angryman. He's one of my favorite content creators. I like his raw pause approach to topics. I like how he just is blunt and straightforward with his topics. I too have that quality, but I have to learn how to not curse as much. Um, because I want everybody to be able to enjoy and understand my content. But I'm a ex military man, ex correction officer, so cursing is like that's definitely better than my vocabulary. But I'm gonna tailor it back a tad, just a tad. All right, we're at almost 3 minutes of the monologue. We're about to jump into it. Um, there's two guys. There's the angry man, and then there's the medium man. So far, the both of them have the best breakdown of this interview with Umar Johnson on the shout out to the Daily Wrap Up crew. Them guys have come a long way. They're doing their damn thing. Proud of them. And I'm just glad to see collectively black people coming together on this topic. Black men, and we have a few black women coming together on this topic because a lot of the things Dr. Umar said was asinine. And before I play the Angry Man's um, clip, I just want to give you some history on black men. We're gonna start back from the '60s, right? Because a lot of people who don't know much about our history, they know about slavery and they know about the Black Wall Street. There were plenty of Black Wall Streets, plenty, a lot. Most of them are covered by lakes. Something happened. They became too successful. White America goes in, shuts the shit down, floods it, kills, mass murder, massacres, and fucking all of that. So there's a lot of lakes in Georgia and Alabama and in New York that things have been buried on top of. I mean, they're buried underneath of lakes, parks. Central Park is one of them. I don't know all of the ones in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in New York. I don't know Georgia. I don't know Alabama, but there is one video and they actually talk about it, and it's crazy. They built a dam over one of the cities. That's one thing. So when people say, "Oh, black men ain't do this and this," they think that we just came from slavery to the crack era. No, our ancestors, our great greats, great greats, did some shit. They made it happen, man. They made it happen, and they were murdered, flooded, burned down, hung, shot. Fast forward to the '60s, uh, welfare system, the government program kicks in. Black man has to be out of the house for the black mother and child to survive. There's a lot of women who wasn't with it, who weren't with it. There's a lot, but not enough. Self-preservation, and a good man is going to say, you know what? If I stay here, my kids and my wife can't eat, or my kids and my baby mama can't eat. Man. I can't provide for them, so let me just go and try to find something, and then leave the home, man. What a decision to make. Just like back in slavery days, uh, the master would go and rape the wife of a black man on a plantation. If he did anything, what would happen? He'd have got shot. Wife comes back to the shack. She was just violated. Do you know what kind of wall and barrier that built up between black men and black women that still exists today? The feeling that you can't protect me. That's in our DNA, bro. That's in our DNA. That strand of insecurity has passed down into our DNA today. Trauma changes DNA. So fast forward, like I was saying, the man had to leave. When they came to the farmers and they got their sub uh you know benefits and shit, they didn't kick the husband out. But in the urban areas, they kicked the black man out. Now, where did the black man go? He can't get a job. That's why they were in the situation they were in. So he can't get a job, no income. Now you have no income, and your wife or your girlfriend's telling you, yo, babe, look, yo, they said that they'll pay the rent and they'll, you know, give us food and all that, but but you got to leave. How strange was that conversation? For the black men that left, where'd they go? To the street. Nobody knows where they went. When nobody knows where you went, that means you went to the street. So nobody knows where you went. So he went to the street. What was left for him to do? Oh, mass incarceration, mass incarceration. So after they kicked the black man out of the house, everybody knows. Well, the white man knows self-preservation. He's going to start robbing and stealing. So he robbed, he stole, he sold drugs, became a hustler. Some were successful for a short period of time. Some weren't. But that's the tale of the black man that everybody hates. Everybody on this planet, including his women, hate him. And he got the shit end of the stick since fucking Adam and Eve, B. The shit end of the stick since the beginning of time. And these cocksuckers, like this fucking this Umar. Let's just get into the string, B. Give me a second, segundo. It's my man, Angryman. Fair use, fair use, fair use. YouTube, fair use. I do not own the rights to any music or content you're about to see or hear. The banner is at the bottom and the scrolling at the bottom. I like this point.
70s, you have the emergence of mass incarceration. And I told y'all yesterday that came from 1965 when they overhauled the criminal justice system and pointed it in the direction of the urban community, which stands for the black community, and started heavily policing black men. Keep in mind, they started heavily policing black men before the crack era, so they can't use that as the excuse. It was already heavily policing black men before the 94 crime bill, so don't get it fucking twisted.
Shout out to Angryman. This dude always is on point. Topics like this, and he expresses it to a satisfaction. You know, he's passionate and knowledgeable about what he's saying, and that's really why I really fucks with him.
Right? So you got that factor locking black men up. You got black men that went off to war and never came back. You got the welfare program with the stipulation that a man can't be in the household. You got all of these things to break up the black family. What was the final blow? The final blow was crack cocaine. But what our society was not counting on was the fact that Gen Xers actually paid attention, not in class. Gen Xers didn't pay attention in school. Gen Xers, my generation has the highest dropout rate. And the reason why my generation has the highest dropout rate is because we woke the fuck up. You couldn't lie to us. You had lied to us so much that we realized it was bullshit. And so when those...
So once again, he broke down, it was the crack era. A lot of military men coming back from the war, no homes, you know what I'm saying? No jobs. They were on the street too. Then you had mass incarceration of these brothers because they, you know, trying to fend for themselves. And then they rolled in the damn crack.
Drugs got flooded into our communities. You know what a lot of black men did? They did the same shit the Rockefellers did. They did the same shit the Carnegies did. They did the same shit the Kennedys did. They did the same shit that every single American entrepreneur that became rich did. They took advantage of a circumstance to be industrious and to be entrepreneurs. They weren't counting on that. They weren't counting on the AZ Faisons, the Rich Porters. They weren't counting on the Big Meaches. They weren't counting on the motherfucking Rayful Edmonds. They weren't counting on these young black men being industrious enough and smart enough to make ridiculous money.
Dominic's
off of something that was supposed to be a negative. And you can say what you like, but there's a whole lot of black people right now that ain't in poverty.
Okay, as a young man in the street,
my bad.
I was street poisoned, obligated to a life in the streets.
What the fuck is going on with my shit? My bad. There was that shit was a Freudian slip because he damn sure was just getting ready to rap about the shit I was talking about. Look, black men right now, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of black folks that ain't in poverty because some black men back in the day made the sacrifice and said, you know what? They already locking us the fuck up for every dumb thing you can fucking think of.
Might as well take a chance.
I might as well go ahead and fucking take a penitentiary chance and try to build something, right? And had we been any other race of people, that shit would have been looked at in a different way.
I.e., for example, crackheads were demonized and shit like that. When you got these motherfuckers on these opioids, it's called the epidemic. It's called they need help. But when the black people were in there on the crack and all that shit, getting caught up with that, it was, oh, they're criminals, they're this, they're that, da 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 da. Smoking crack was a crime. But fucking taking Xanax and opioids isn't. It's an epidemic, and they need help.
Right? Back in the day when William Wallace decided to go against England, he was a criminal. But did his people look at him like a criminal? No. Right now, as we speak, there are black people that have college educations when it mattered because of dope boys. There are black people right now that do not live in poverty because some nigga back in the day decided to be a dope boy and broke that cycle. Because whether they want to make you think that every last dude that hustled got caught and every last dude that hustled had all his money confiscated, like, stop it. Why you think they created so many task forces for that shit? Now, true enough, that game is over. That game is over. And the reason why that game is over is because we live in a different era now. You got too many people walking around with cell phones that can record shit. Prices of everything is all fucked up. So that era is over. But the point that I'm trying to make is you want to sit here like right now. This is what's so funny about this. This is what's so hilarious about this. Back in the day, they told you that the most important thing in the world is a high school education. Right?
I remember that.
But most of us Gen Xers that thought differently, we knew something was wrong with that school system. In fact, most of us Gen X black boys, you know, when we start cutting up in the 4th grade. Go look at the statistics. We start cutting up in the 4th grade. You want to know the reason why we start cutting up in the 4th grade? You want to know the reason? Because by the time you get to the 4th grade, you've learned everything you need to learn in the regular school system. By the time you get to the 4th grade, you've learned everything you need to learn. Why the fuck do you think we have people from the greatest generation that grew up, got jobs and careers, started businesses, and was a patriarch of a whole family with a 6th grade education? How the fuck was that possible? Because in school, from grade school to high school, the one thing that you learn that is valuable is how to read, how to write, and how to do arithmetic. That's it. Everything else is fluff. Everything else is shit that they could have condensed in a shorter period of time that they stretch out across those years. And the reason why is because that school system is not there to teach you history, science, and all of that shit. Because all of that shit can be learned very quickly. That school system is not there to actually educate you as much as it is to indoctrinate you into whatever the society wants you to do.
All right, gonna break.
So back in the day,
gonna break on Angry Man. We're gonna go on with the stream. Sorry, I was getting carried away. All right, this next one is by another favorite of mine, Mr. Media Man. If you want to know some stats on anything under the damn sun, just to do it. It's part of his job. That's what he went to school for. That's what he does now, and he's good at it. And he's made a lot of breakthroughs. A lot of the things you hear repeatedly about a lot of the things you hear repeatedly about how many men have kids as opposed to women, and all of those stats with that. 61% of women have killed kids, black women. Out of that 61% of black women that have kids, 59% of them have them by multiple daddies. Out of that 59%, 9% have them by 4 or more. Those stats, 44% of black men have kids. Out of that 44%, 30% have them in marriage. So the other 14% that's out of marriage, I believe it was like 7% of the men live in the home, but they're just not married. So what's left over? Another 7%. So all of the Pookies and Ray Rays are 7% of that 44%. Women are screwing 7% of men. Now you say 7% is that's a little bit. Well, what's 7% of 19 million? And it's not so little now, is it? No. Those are who they're fucking. It's 1,330,000 Pookies. 1,330,000 30,000 Pookies. 1,330,000 Pookies. That's who they fucking. It's 22 million black women. There you go, Pop. So yeah, let's get into my guy right here.
Didn't agree with him shaming Kevin Samuels or talking about Kevin Samuels after he passed.
I didn't support it at all.
Okay.
I thought it was divisive. I thought it was very...
Cut. I gotta speak on this. When I first heard Kevin Samuels, I didn't really agree all the way with what this guy was saying, but I agreed enough. Certain things caught my ear. But when I'm looking around, I'm like, yo, everybody's shitting on this dude, man. And then I saw black men shitting on him. So I said, all right, you know what? The guy, he kind of talk a little crazy. But at the same time, he's the only person on the planet speaking up, speaking in defense of and understanding black men, whom of which the world hates, even our own women. So for you idiots to hate on this dude just to get a pat on the head from a fucking chick, you niggas are retarded. So I don't care what he's doing, what he's saying, bro. He's the only one sticking up for you niggas. Everybody else hates you and shits on you. And the one motherfucker that says you can do it, black man, the one nigga says you deserve a better woman, black man. The one that says, yo, I don't care if you make $42,000. She needs to give you fucking respect. The one that tells you to get your shit together. If you ain't doing 60 hours or more, don't even fucking talk about getting a woman. You niggas want to fucking shit on his name for some fucking kudos from some bras that don't like you. All right.
Eurocentric in his approach to criticism. I think his expectations for women,
He was intimidated.
Were very superficial in terms of what was important. There was a heavy focus on how much you make and how good you look. No woman is going to look good forever. No. They're going to get pregnant. They're going to get.
See, here's what manipulators do. They'll say that, yeah, there was a heavy emphasis on it, what they look like. There wasn't a heavy emphasis on what they make. That's an outright lie. But the emphasis on how they look was when them wanting a dude that's in the top 10, 7, 5, 3%. They don't want no fat bitch. They don't want no sloppy broad. They don't want no ghetto broad. They don't want no chick that got fucking kids by somebody else. They want what they want. So yeah, that's why the emphasis was on looks, because they stated to him what they wanted. The emphasis on money, Umar's flat out lying. He doesn't even understand. He probably just took a glimpse at one of his clips. He doesn't understand. The money doesn't count. We'll scoop a fucking cashier up from Target, nigga. If she's fucking sexy and beautiful and nice, polite, ladylike, looks good. The motherfucker got the money. He said, you know what? I'm about to throw her ass on my yacht this weekend. Miss, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I gotta work. Well, I would love to invite you to a yacht party. It's my yacht party, and of course, I will be willing to pay the days that you miss. Would you be able to come? Yes or no? If that's the one he want, he gonna press her. He gonna press her. That big money talking, and he gonna get him his fine, petite, polite, nice woman.
Older, to me, telling women that you are too fat or too small or too broke
to get a man making $500,000,
and that's the reason why you don't have a man that is
making $500,000, $250,000, $150,000.
Psychopathological, and it is destructive to our community.
This nigga here, man. Yo, he's a big ass ball of fucking contradiction.
2 seconds later.
And now you see your biological clock is ticking and your beauty clock. See, you got a biological clock, how long you can have those babies, and you got a beauty clock, how long you gonna be looking good. A biological clock, how long you gonna have them babies, and a beauty clock, how long you gonna be looking good. And guess what? When you hit those 40s, don't get me wrong, black don't crack, but everybody declines.
And I definitely do not agree with what he's saying in regards.
Black don't crack, but a damn sure get fat.
To black men.
That's mine. Don't steal it.
And being responsible for how black women picked their mates and how they pick men to have children with.
Let's read this in entirety. Dr. Umar is woke, but he can't hear or see what the queen, but about 46% of black men have ever fathered children. I was off by 2%. I said 44. Forgive me. The percentage of Hispanic men, regardless of native status, who ever have fathered children is 50%. Spanish niggas got more kids than niggas. Was higher than non-Hispanic white, Hispanic Asian, blah, blah, blah. Black men, 46% of the percentages. Hold on, let me screenshot that actually. me screenshot that, baby. Screenshot the stats, baby. All right. Thank you very much. I was right on the 61% of black women though. All right, 61%. All right. God damn. It's just at 69% born out of wedlock. Oh, man. Screenshot that too. Let them screenshots pop. By the way, I got two boys, same mother, and I married her. Didn't want to marry her, but I did marry her, man. See that shit? I just did my video. I just did a video on that too. I'm telling you, this guy, medium man, he finds all this shit.
Do you have any kids?
3 kids, 3 baby daddies, and they all gang bang.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
How many kids?
Wait. Nigga, what? 3 baby daddies and they all gang bang. They all in the same gang though? I hope they at least all in the same gang, man. Because if you got, never mind. I just hope they all in the same gang at least.
5.
5 kids. How old are your kids?
They're 15, 13, 10, 8, and 4.
10, 8, and 4. Same guy?
No.
How many
Different.
men?
5.
Answer. You have any kids, Deanna?
I do.
How many kids?
I have 5.
You're 5 kids.
Yeah.
What are your kids' age?
18, 17.
See this the stuff that I say. My channel basically is don't have kids by women that have kids. That's the whole premise of my existence on YouTube. It's the summertime, you're going out, you around these women, they look good, they still in shape, they got the BBLs and they got the tummy tucks, they wait till tax time, they get $3,600 per kid under a certain age, $3,000 for per kid under a certain age. So they're coming off with no less 4 or 5 kids, $15,000, B, $12,000. So what do? They're gonna take that 15, 12 grand, buy the flight, hotel, and go down there to wherever and get their body done. Now here you come, you see a nice body, and she like, yeah, I got 5 kids. You're like, damn. And in your head, I know you are. In your head, you're like, damn, 5 kids. Yeah, she got 5 kids, but you just looking at the body. Now, what does it say when you meet a woman that has 5 kids by 5 different baby daddies? What does that tell you? That tells you that she does not have protected sex. All she has is unprotected sex. That's all she has. And she's got the DNA of 5 different men all up in her, man. That's disgusting. That's nasty, bro. 4 or 5 other men done created something that it came out is molded. They yo, that's not. So that's what I always tell you guys, these young guys, man. You meet a chick, she got 1 kid, it's okay. Because that means that maybe she thought it was going to work out. If there's a possible chance that she thought it was going to work out, right? Guess what? It didn't. Now here she is, a single baby mama. But you come across this chick, she got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15, 17, 18 kids, never been married. Oh, she don't believe in protection. She don't believe in contraceptives. She don't believe in Plan B, the little pills. She don't believe in none of that. You know what she believe in? Section 8, welfare, child support. That's what she believe in. And I don't want you to get caught up in that. Is it sad? Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. You can see the shame. This is what we need to bring back. We need to bring back shame. They need to be shamed. You need to feel bad and cry at night because you have 5 kids by 5 different niggas that didn't want to marry you. It probably ain't shit.
$15, 11, and 9. I had to think about that.
All the same dad?
Yes.
Was you ever married?
Now, this chick is fairly attractive. She's all right. Right? You have to come on Kendra G to get access to some more dick. That's crazy, bro.
Married?
No.
31. Do you have any kids?
Yes.
Oh my God, look at her face.
4.
4 kids.
Yo, look at her face. What the fuck is this? Hold on. I gotta give you the close up. Where it's at? Is a total different color than her chest. She look shout out to my homegirl. She said this and I almost freaking spit out the damn drink I was drinking. Casket ready. Shawty is casket ready. All that damn makeup.
Kids. How old are your kids?
I got a 12-year-old. I got a 6-year-old. 4 or 5.
All by the same man?
No.
How many men?
3. I got 3 baby fathers.
You have any kids?
Yes, I have 3.
3 kids. How old are your kids?
24, 16, and 11.
Same guy?
No.
How many dads?
I got 3 daddies. 3 baby daddies.
Okay. Do you was you ever married?
Oh no.
Do you have any kids?
I have 3.
3 kids. How old are your kids?
12, 9, and 6.
Same dad?
No.
How many fathers?
3. I did
3. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 3.
You have 3 kids. How old are your kids?
My boys are 14 and 16, and my daughter, she's 5.
Okay, same dad?
No, 2.
Do you have any kids, Shan?
Yep, they're all grown.
How many kids do you have?
4 a boy. I'm a boy mom.
Okay, you have 4 boys?
Yeah, youngest 25.
Youngest is 25. Okay, same.
Holy shit. Her youngest kid is 25. Her youngest kid is 25, and she's still on a damn She's on a Kendra G show trying to find a man, yo. How old is she, B? That's sad. That's crazy when you think about it.
Dad?
Well, the youngest is the other three do, and then the youngest, I was married to his dad for 13 years.
Okay.
Other three.
Sometimes these guys that consider themselves woke, they're asleep on what's actually going on in the black community. So during this live stream, they discuss a litany of topics. However, this topic was the one that interests me the most. When you say that black men need to be better leaders, my question is this: to what extent do you need to be able to quantify what leading better actually means and what level of improvement black men need to do that would be sufficient enough for black women as a whole to be able to follow? Because the only answer to that is nothing. Nothing black men do as a whole will ever be enough, because our women will never be satisfied because they don't want to be led by anybody. Most black women didn't even grow up in a subpar environment, yet somehow they managed to find themselves under a thug, have children with him, and then take to social media to complain and gain sympathy for the situations that they put themselves in.
I got 5 kids.
How many women have your children?
Remember, 54% of black men have never fathered children.
Ooh, all 5.
So he's part of that 7% that we were talking about.
Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I got 2 kids now.
2 kids. How old are your kids?
One.
See, I said 30%. It's 33%. 85% of black women. These are good stats. You can even, if you're watching this, you know, I advise you screenshot that too, so you can save it and just be on point with things that you talk about. You know,
1 year old, and the girl should be 3 months old now.
You have a baby that's 1 and you have a child that's 3 months?
Yep.
So by 2 different women.
Yeah, 2 different
Do you
women.
have any kids?
Yep, I got 8 kids.
Dushan.
Yo. Listen, I got a cousin that has 18 kids, 14 baby mamas. Two of his baby mamas had twins, 2 sets of twins. So that's why it's like that. This dude said he got 8 kids. Nigga, you got 8 kids? For a single man? That just says that, like, I can't really think you really about shit. You got 8 kids. I know you can't take care of 8 kids, bro. That's 8. You gotta be what's this guy's name? Nick Cannon type shit. Like, you need income, bro. That's 8 pair of sneakers at one time. I buy my kids 2 pair of sneakers every time I take them to get sneakers. I take them to get sneakers like every month. So that's 8 pair of sneakers. That would be 16. My nigga, you don't know. The jeans, the haircuts, the shit they do in school where you gotta pay for shit all the time in school. Christmas. And in conversations, I know they ain't even all about the same woman. So you probably can't even get them all together and have a powwow and chop it up with them. You take them in sections. 3 this time, 2 this time, 3 that time. Mix and match. So this one meets the other one from over there. Nah, man. That's you a bum, like, bro. Nah. You trash, bro. I can't even see. You get no respect, B. I don't care how well you can fight, nigga. You got no respect, my nigga. Not for me. You got 8 fucking kids. I know they growing up fucked up. I know they growing up fucked up. You got 8 kids. You don't got 8 kids from chicks in good neighborhoods. You got them from all fucked up neighborhoods. So that's 8 different new individuals that's going to have to go through fucking gun violence, gang initiation, police harassment, semi-poverty, possibly introduction to abusive new boyfriends from the mama. That's all that shit because you just, bruh, come on, man. Thank God it's only like 7% of y'all niggas, man.
You really have 8 children?
Yeah, I got 8 children. Yeah.
You're 32. How old are your 8 kids?
He don't know.
I got 1 11-year-old, 14-year-olds.
14-year-old plural? You have more than one 14-year-olds?
Yeah, I have 14-year-olds.
You have 4. You have hold on.
10.
4 different children. That's 10. Yes.
Hold on. Wait, hold on.
All right, nigga, you don't know how to speak, nigga. Don't get your attitude. Sound like you said 14-year-olds. Fuck, catch an attitude for, nigga.
Hold on. You're
because you can't fucking talk.
Being serious right now.
You
right?
gonna do me like that?
Huh?
I mean, yeah, I'm telling you this. I mean, it ain't no made up story. I'm telling you what it is.
Okay, how many 10-year-olds do you have?
I have 4.
4 10-year-olds, okay.
And I have a 9-year-old. And I have a son that's 4. And I have a son that's 1.
How many women, Deshaun?
I got 6 different baby mamas.
Do you have any kids?
I got 5.
You have 5 kids. How old are your kids?
My man just look like struggle all around, B. Struggle. That's all the fuck you see. So I can imagine what the baby mamas look like. Because first look at his fucking t-shirt. Look at his face and chin. This nigga's straight struggle, bro. Look.
So boom, I got she's 4 months. I got 4-month-year-old. I got a 13-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 9-year-old.
That's 4.
That's 4. Oh, damn, my fault. Forgot about the 5-year-old. My fault.
This nigga drinking a Coors. That's what they like, man. That's what they like. That's what 59% of the women like. Sorry, 61% of the women like. That's what y'all like. I mean,
so how many women?
So a dude is supposed to come in and clean up after this nigga kids. I'm about to screenshot this shit. Gonna make my highlight reel.
Women.
Just 2.
Marcus, how many kids do you have?
I got 3 daughters.
3 daughters. How old are your girls?
I got they're 10.
They're all 10?
Well, the oldest will be 11 in 2 months. So
And then the other 2 are 10?
yeah.
Are they triplets or twins and
I got 2 twins and another situation, but
Okay, so 2 different women. You have any
yeah.
kids?
I got 3 kids.
3 kids. How old are your kids?
I got an 8-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 8-month-old.
I ain't gonna put that on the internet, but it just, you can use Contest Club.
Do you have children?
We called in from a
that I know of.
halfway house.
Okay, so
What was that face for?
well, no, because I don't want you to have this attitude like whatever happens, happens. You have 3 people who are counting on you.
Oh, they straight. You know, get the little savings account and all that. They gonna be straight.
But they should, but they still want to see you when you 80 years old too. That's more straight. You have any kids?
They grown.
They grown. How grown are they? They got ages still?
23, 20, 17.
How many kids you have?
4, 22, 20. I mean 23, 20, 17, and 14.
23, 20, 17, and 14?
Yeah.
How many women?
Yo, you see this shit on the door? I think that's a mirror right here taped to the door.
3.
Did you ever marry any of the women that had your children?
No, ma'am.
NBA YoungBoy has 2 women pregnant at the same time, 9 baby mothers.
TikTok made me do it. If you use TikTok, you might have seen videos like these recently claiming that the combination of L-tyrosine and B vitamins is like...
Father of 33 kid claps back at social media calling him irresponsible 20 baby mamas. And then you have the rapper, Jay Fizzle. He has 22 kids, 22 different baby mothers. And you mean to tell me that's black men's fault? Over the past year, I've done my level best to debunk every negative stereotype that the black community has believed about black men. Even being the first to show a video from Oprah Winfrey, who black women love, explaining that black men were proven to be the most involved fathers.
There's been this landmark study from the Center for Disease Control, which debunked many of the myths surrounding black fathers. It found that the majority of black fathers live with their children. Black fathers are more likely to help their children with their homework, prepare meals, bathe and dress their children compared to fathers of other races. So the absent or deadbeat black father myth that many in America believe is really more like a lie.
And it still wasn't enough. After seeing all the negative responses, I've come to one conclusion. The black women who hate black men, they aren't looking for the truth. They're trying to win. They're trying to win. So when you have a pro-black figure such as Dr. Umar Johnson saying that the way black women act and choose partners to procreate with is black men's fault, you're giving them an out. You're giving them a reason to justify the way that they act by placing the blame on black men's failure to lead, which now gives them every reason to be complacent instead of improving their behavior and acknowledging that black men are leading in every major socioeconomic position. They will continue to move the goalposts by saying when black men become better leaders, that's when we'll follow. First of all, how many black men truly believe that? Let's say that in a couple years, every black man makes $100,000 a year. Businesses increase by 2 times in that time frame, and we decrease our incarceration rate by half. Will black women as a whole?
Hold on, I gotta screenshot that, baby. Oh wait, that ain't good. That ain't good. Hold on. Coming. Hold on. All right, there we go. I got the whole shit now. All right.
Immediately believe and begin to follow. As a matter of fact, how many black women would actually believe it? On April 21st of this year, I was the first person to post that video of Oprah admitting that black men are the most involved fathers. And you know who I had to block the most because they commented the most vile and disparaging things while saying that it wasn't true? Black women and white men. That should tell you something. If the CDC...
These bros is teaming up with the fucking enemy. I always say, man, it's never a white man that'll tell you ain't gonna be shit. It's never a white man that's gonna use the court system against you. Gonna use the child support system against you. Gonna use the fucking police against you. It's never gonna be them. It's gonna be your own black woman. It's gonna be black women that's gonna tell you you ain't shit. It's gonna be black women that tell you, oh, it's your baby, and it's not. It's gonna be black women that's gonna call the cops and say he hit me, and you didn't. Yeah, they doing the work of white supremacy, man. Not all, but too many.
The U.S. Census, the U.S. Department of Labor couldn't convince black women that black men are in fact leading the black community. You want us to believe that anything a black man does to increase his place in society, black women are going to acknowledge it? Nick, brother, please. And what's crazy is that Dr. Umar, he knows this firsthand.
When you hear Sister Cynthia speak, you can hear a hurt and a pain and a hatred towards black men. We cannot find an effective solution to black male-female relationship issues or the oppression of black men or black women when the people at the table having the conversation have negative emotional and pathological interests in the conversation that are not
my emotional state, not knowing that I'm a psychologist too. But what you're not doing is telling us what black men did.
I believe he'll get there, Dr. Umar.
May I finish?
Dr. Umar.
And I'll end it quickly, Sister Tammy. According to Mrs. Cynthia G., Dr. King was assassinated because he was doing nothing. Malcolm X was assassinated because he was doing nothing. Medgar Evers was assassinated because he was doing nothing. Fred Hampton was assassinated because he was doing nothing. That narrative that black men have done nothing to fight back against systemic oppression, not only against ourselves, but against our women, our children, our elders, and our community is absolutely ridiculous. The cemetery is filled with black men, names we know and names we don't know, who gave their life for the freedom, liberation, and emancipation of African people. How can you disrespect the history of so many black men, past and present, who continue to fight? I'm sitting in a school right now that we built with all black money, 4 buildings that we're going to educate black men in. It's not easy to solve our problems because there's always black people.
Hold on right quick. He said 4 buildings. Daily Wrap-Up Crew, he said 2.
In your very same community who's fighting against what you're trying to do to help it. But in addition to that, the white power structure is always waving its wand of oppression to try to sabotage anything we do. I think that the analysis of our women is too overly simplistic, and in being such, it is dishonest.
They've done so much. You've only listed names and not accomplishments, though.
The bottom line is, when black women, black girls, black boys listen to this conversation we're having today, they're going to be confused because they hear 2 brothers speaking of a greater context to the problems that affect black men, and you hear 2 intelligent, beautiful black women who want to keep scapegoating black men while ignoring the historical and contemporary systemic challenges that are constantly placed in our.
So how come he ain't acknowledged them systemic challenges on the fucking show? On the Daily Wrap-Up Crew, he was 100%, oh, it's black men's fault. It's black men's fault. You a black man, what are you doing? It's your fault. You're weak.
Wait, I'm going to say this and be quiet, Sister Tammy. I got to give you this. There was a recent piece of research, Tammy, that came out. And the research said a black man with a master's degree, they did a study. They had white males who had come out of prison apply for jobs. They had black men with master's degrees, Sister Tammy, apply for the jobs. And guess what? The white males with prison history and no education were called back more than 75% of the time than black men with no prison history and a master's degree.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but that was Cynthia G giving pushback in regards to what Dr. Umar Johnson was saying. So he knows this firsthand.
None of the black women who chose to go on his platform were forced to do so. He didn't beg any of them. He didn't manipulate any black women into coming on his platform. They all did so consciously of their own free decision. They came willingly. His platform was supported by women, and he has just as many female defenders as he has male defenders. And so therefore, to some degree, although I likewise did not agree with his message or his methods, many sisters who are suggesting that Kevin Samuels created this rift between black men and black women, they're being disingenuous. 75% of the vitriol, the hostility, and the vilification that black women are now showing towards Kevin Samuels would be more rightly placed or directed towards the queendom, the sisterhood, not Kevin Samuels. If anything, he exposed it, he exploited it, and he marketed the pre-existing differences between black men and black women, but he did not birth them. And so I'm disappointed in both the way that black men and black women are reacting to Kevin Samuels' death. On the side of the system,
Understand that black men.
This really can't be this hard, right? Investing in real estate. No way. I know you probably heard, seen.
And are and have always been the leaders of the black community. Black men are doing exponentially better than what society has conditioned you all to believe. In conclusion, what you described as black men throwing their hands up and leaving the table isn't a sign of defeat. It's a sign for peace. Because what aware black men have finally realized is that nothing that they ever do will be enough to satisfy a contingent of women who have been conditioned to hate us.
Black men, I'm gonna say it from me to you. This is just straight up. Black women, 80% of them, they don't like you. 80%, I'm probably sure it's more, but at least 80% of black women in this day and age, it don't matter how old or young they are, they have a general dislike and hatred for you. That's your real climate, brother. See, I'm not telling you something that you ain't already felt. I'm telling you something that you know. I think it's more too. I truly think it's more too. I think it's more too. And I'm tired of being the one that's not talking about it. I've said this. This is one of the main reasons I don't have a lot of black female friends. I really don't, y'all. I don't. I couldn't imagine what it would be like as a black man to want to fuck these bitches, to want to wife them up and have babies. But the majority of your population, you want a black woman, right? But these hoes is crazy.
Crazy.
These hoes really crazy out here. Like, it's an abundance of you that think that all men are dogs, but we all know it means black men. You don't ever roast white men, Mexican men, Indian men, Asian men. You don't ever have nothing bad to say about them. But when we say all men are dogs, you really think it's black men that are dogs. Let's just call a thing a thing. 2021, I swear to God, this the year where the truth about to rain on your head, because we can't even hide from it. You're showing us exactly how you feel. We can have a real conversation with you. If you're on Clubhouse, follow me on Clubhouse at ArtCathy1. There are rooms. I saw a room the other night, and it doesn't matter where I am. You can just overhear black women talking about the relationship conversation, and I'll be like, oh, Lord, here we go with this shit. Because the undertone of all relationship conversations is black men ain't shit. Why these black men ain't doing this? I can't bond with y'all, sis. I cannot bond with y'all when you have a general dislike and vitriol and hatred for our male counterpart. Do you not understand how goddamn psychotic that is?
What would drive that young woman to say that? Think about that, guys. So I know and I understand that black men are now refusing not to argue and are removing themselves from the black community's dysfunction and starting to think and excel as individuals or individual groups without black women who hate black men and woke individuals like Dr. Umar who fail to acknowledge that the people who you call our sisters and queens are willing to do whatever they can to slander the black man's ethnic image. So when you try to lead a group of women who continuously tell you that they don't want to be led by you, the foolish thing to do is to keep arguing with them. So instead of doing that, you take your talents where they're appreciated and you move on. It's crazy that a black man can be so woke but blind and deaf to what your queens are saying directly to your face. But you keep on holding on to that idea that black men are the problem, because the black women who hate black men will always save a place for you at their table. So again, to what extent do you think black men need to win to where black women who hate black men would be satisfied? I'll wait. Let's move on.
Beautiful stream. Well put together. Hold on. So I found a joint where the guys from the actual Daily Wrap-Up crew were speaking, on the nonsense that Umar was fucking pulling on the show.
A phenomenal
There's
conversation.
a lot of contradicting in that. Now that I'm watching it back, I ain't gonna lie to you.
What?
First he was saying that it's the man's fault, but then he was saying that it's the system's fault. Then he listed out why it's the system's fault, and then he said that the women are blaming us for the system, but we should take responsibility for it.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Again, I could dissect parts in there. We do have to, I am more passionate. I think, especially in my age, I'm more passionate and uplifting black men and black boys, and that has nothing about, it doesn't have to do with downplaying black women. But I understand that once we got more black, successful, quality black men in our community, then overall community would do better. I mentioned several times how there's very little programs, for young black boys growing up. I give you that example about the fundraisers. Anytime you type in a fundraiser, especially here on YouTube, I could screen record it right now. When you type in funds for young black boys fundraisers, there's none that pop up. And actually, if you type in black boys in the fundraiser part of YouTube, young black girls will pop up or black women will pop up. You get what I'm saying? So there isn't enough, resources available to young black boys and black men specifically like there are for black women. And I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm just saying we do have to do a better job at putting those resources in play for black men and young black boys.
I think
they do have a reason to be mad at us because we didn't give them the option. They had to go to the government back then. I would say, I wouldn't say that now, but back then we didn't give them any option. They were forced and they had to rely on what the government gave them at one point.
But what we're saying is, you say we didn't give them any option. We didn't have an option to give them. We were taken out of the homes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
With that being said, that we didn't have to be held accountable for that part, right? Because we didn't.
What's wrong with this?
Because we didn't have nothing.
They took away our jobs. What were we supposed to do?
Gotta do something.
We could have done more. I agree.
I mean, even on the fixing, like, okay, that happened at one point. At a certain point, we gotta.
This nigga got fucking brainwashed real quick, bro. He got brainwashed real quick, man. How the hell, if no one will hire you, how are you supposed to get money? If no one will hire you, you apply for everything. You're going out, maybe you got a hammer and it's fucking paint brushes and some tools. You trying to do handyman work. Nobody can pay you to do handyman work because nobody's got no freaking money. What is he talking about?
Then okay, we got to work a little bit harder. We got to do this. We got to do some side jobs.
You know what this actually sounds like? This sounds like, shout out to fathers. The Father's Day just passed. But this is like when women say, well, you should have worked harder for your child. You should have fought harder. And we like, yo, we were fighting harder. Well, you should have fought even more harder. It's like, how much harder y'all want us to keep fighting?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, we should have to be fighting in the first place. You get what I'm saying?
How you fight against the system? The system is the thing providing the job. So how do you fight against the thing providing the job, bro?
I get it, but it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
Which
I agree. We could definitely do more in our community. As black men, I definitely agree.
But that's what I was about to get to. I think we should have asked Umar, what can a regular man do in his community? Because he said he building his school, whatever. You got to be at a certain level to build a school. Because you see how hard it was for him, and he's where he at. So imagine us trying to do that. So what would a regular man be doing for his community? You know what I mean? To help out. I wish you would.
Well, he said that going door to door and taking,
But he would have said, if I would have said, yo, I got 30 kids at my house on a weekend. That's individualism. That's your house. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd have just switched it on.
Bro, yeah, not going door to door and knocking on people's crib and signing their kids to,
Yo, the world is different. I don't know if you know, but people don't trust nobody with their children. And as they should. Let me just go. The community is not trustworthy where you could just have. Do you see kids walking outside hanging out anymore? That don't exist, bro. I used to be outside. Nobody knew where I was at for hours, and I was okay. Now you going for an hour, they putting alerts on Instagram. My kid is missing. What are you talking about?
Also, these kids, they not the same, man. They walking around with this strap at like 11, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you over here trying to tell the kids something that got the strap.
I wasn't even thinking about that at my age.
Well, we do got some super chats before we let everybody pull up to share their experience. We gonna let Big Bro Neej. What up, Neej?
What's up with you?
How you feeling?
I'm beautiful, man. How you guys doing?
Not good, Big Bro Neej. What up, man?
Yeah, I was Oh, go ahead, do the super chat.
Hold on, yeah. Let me get through these. Coach Keith said, "Where's Umar's queen at?" # lead by example. I mean, he working on Sukiana right now. So man.
What?
Yo, come on, bro. Come on, man. Don't do that. Like, I'm saying, like,
I would.
I would. Nah.
He shouldn't be considering that, man. He shouldn't be a thought.
Oh, you say you wouldn't?
He shouldn't. He shouldn't even be considering that.
Oh, I thought you said I would.
No, I would go there. Like, yeah. I would,
you would or you wouldn't?
No. What I'm saying is what you were saying when he said don't go there. I said, but I would bring that up.
Oh, okay.
Why would you even consider mess with a girl like that? You know what I'm saying? For real.
I mean, it is Suki.
It's a setup, man.
Yo, Saber Rashid said disrespect and emasculation of men will not be tolerated on any level. That is a whole fact. Original Man said he's an educated buffoon. Mr. SOS says, so if I marry a woman and she decides to divorce me, finesse me, go dig me out of my finances, etc., is that my fault or hers? That's your fault. Peter Bear said around 13.2% of unmarried black men are making 70% of out of wedlock babies. With numbers like that, it's on women to pick better men.
Listen, that's an interesting number because I do hear this number and I got to do more research. But there is that percentage is like what he's saying is that the minority of black men are going around and impregnating the majority of black women. And like again, I do not have those stats, but I am hearing that number. I'm hearing that number go around a lot. So if that's the case, that means there's 70+% of men out there that don't have kids, or whatever, or not producing
50%.
Yeah, like what I mean.
50% of men are childless and single.
So I mean, there's a variety out there. You just for some reason choosing a dude that already got eight baby mamas, like for some reason, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to him with the statistics. Chosen said they still pro athletes seed all the time. I'm not sure exactly what part you talking about with that one. But shout out to you, Chosen.
Shout out to you.
Only Mayhem, shout out to you for the super chat. Zen, I guess that's where you go with that, or 7N. I'm not sure. But shout out to you. He said he a leader, but made 2 black women baby mothers.
You don't want that child support.
I don't know the details behind all of that. Like I don't know how many baby moms he got, whatever.
Mr. Fantastic said this was a great interview. Y'all did a great job defending black men. Shout out to y'all for holding it down. Appreciate you. Sure. Vice City Music said Umar wrongfully called Eli individualist. Jew is a great father. If all the fathers do their individual part, that's less pookies in the street. That's what we
appreciate that, bro, man.
That's how you do that.
Man.
Mm-hmm. Pete Cash said, I feel he knows the truth, but is scared to take the direct stance like Kevin Samuels did. KS already explained this. Shout out to you. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels.
If he was here after this interview, he definitely would have been on this live. I'll tell you that.
He might. Yeah, I think this. He definitely would be here. He had something to say. Yo, D Plus say I should have asked them, where's his queen of 25 years? Where's the 10 acres of land? Where's the 10 beautiful kids by one black woman? I mean, in the heat of the moment, we just wanted to let him talk, man. But it's definitely we had a lot of questions we didn't get
Definitely
to.
had like we had a ton of questions we didn't even get to. That I'm still upset to this day. Like, damn, like, we're gonna have to get another interview here for sure.
Like we did that interview was what, like two plus hours?
Yeah,
2.5 hours, and we only got through like maybe like what 5 questions or something
out of like 25 questions.
So,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we might need a whole day, man, to get through all these questions. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Michaela Gibbs, new member
alert.
Yo, appreciate that.
Emmanuel said it's no one's job to take care of other people's kids.
I beg to differ. I think we should.
I think you need to play some kind of role, but not like you talking about. I'm not.
Yeah, not like he's talking about. But definitely play.
I mean, they say it takes a
you around
community.
them.
So I think,
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I believe when it comes to children, I believe I love kids. I believe every kid should be protected and guided in the correct manner. I despise people that hurt kids and shit like that. I think it's child abuse to have more kids than you can afford. And I definitely feel like I'm not going door to door asking some bum ass chick how many fucking kids you got, but you getting all the help in the fucking world and you just wrecking lives. I'm not helping no chick out. But if I see your kid in the park when I'm with my kids or some shit like that, like I'm gonna make sure that they all have a good day, man. You know what I'm saying? Ice cream for fucking everybody, like you know, extinguishing, you know what I'm saying, confrontations, shit like that, man. Keeping the peace, making sure everybody have fun. But all of this taking your badass kid, like some of these people that you pushed out into this world to let society deal with, that, you know, they're poverty stricken, they're broke, they're hungry, they're emotionally fucked up, and they're out here in the world. Like, it's not safe for me or my kids or my family for me to try to turn that shit around. It's too late. But for the other ones where, you know, it might not be too late, you know what I'm saying, you can help. Yeah, help, man. If you can help. But all that knocking on the door and, yeah, I'm taking him to school. Yo, you're going to go to school. You're going to get off the corner. You're going to go to school. Tomorrow, I'm going to help you with your homework. And on Saturdays, I'm going to come check you for like 2 hours. Boom, like that. Like, that's heavily, that's too much. What do I have left to give to my kid, to my family, and to me? The way I'm making sure that this world is a better place is by raising 2 boys that don't want to go and kill niggas. That's my contribution. If everybody did that, shit would be great.
say something about that after you get done, man.
Blue Exodus, Mr. Bobby Wright said Umar called a biological black man beautiful.
He talking about when he was on Fox Soul, and then they had a representative from, you know.
Oh yeah, the surgically altered dude.
That don't count. That don't count, man.
They didn't tell us. They didn't tell his ass.
Green Blaze, the Fly Eagle said we should not be getting marital advice from the people who are not married. Also, what other children besides his daughters has Umar adopted?
He said he working on. He got 2 schools. He's working on 2 schools. He got one right now.
So they should be open by what, September? You said
September, yeah.
He should have been had that school open.
I mean, we get into that too. I mean, Umar is a walk-in contradiction. On one hand, he doesn't support interracial marriage, but on the other hand, he won't marry a black woman because he doesn't trust them. He full of ish. Same thing on his Kevin Samuels take.
Yo, matter of fact, join the membership, man, because we got a behind the scenes of Umar, where Umar talks about Kevin Samuels. He talks about a lot of things, man. So make sure y'all join that membership to look at that.
Facts. Chosen said everything is the man's fault, according to Umar.
Yep.
Was blaming us for everything, man. DC Gray said, my granddad was born in Alabama in 1933. Dropped out of school at 12. Every time I see Umar, he's complaining. To him, talk about what isn't manly is comical. Never heard my granddad complain ever.
All right, so this is that joint. They doing a little, what you call it? Oh yeah, this is good. I want you to see this. Here. Listen to this.
Yours where you said that feminism has conditioned black women to view black men as the enemy.
It has. Feminism was financed by the CIA. Gloria Steinem, I think she was.
Right, yeah.
Mother of modern feminism, because traditional feminism goes back to the 1800s, right? With Susan B. Anthony and those white supremacists. But Gloria Steinem was a CIA agent. They financed her. Her first feminist magazine they paid for. The CIA brought feminism into the white household to get the woman out the house, and into the black household to turn the black woman against the black man.
So shit like that, he already knows. This is from this next clip is from Fair Use. Her name is Six the Goddess, right? Let's see what she had to say. Fair Use.
But instead of saying they will never
I'll
get
take
married,
the sisters to Africa who married brothers they met in Africa.
Right.
So yeah,
I think I think there's obviously plenty of black men,
yes,
black
it is.
women.
So and what I also tell black women, if
married,
you're going to go get you an African man from the continent,
right,
you're going to have to understand that the way in which you talk to black men in America will not be tolerated over there.
Why the fuck is it tolerated? It's not tolerated here. That's what we're trying to tell them.
Well, over here, I want to say this to us, though. Because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for. Let's be honest. The black woman.
You know, now this is the part I don't agree with that. I think that you're a grown woman. I think you're a grown adult. And I think that you need to know how to address people with respect. I'm not about to be disrespected by no woman and have her tell me, well, the system, I don't want to hear none of that, baby. You ain't gonna come over here talking crazy. I got something for that if you want to. Please do not give these women an out to be walking around disrespecting people, talking sideways out their neck, talking about, well, you know, the black man in the system. Like, don't even put them in that direction, because you give them an inch to take them out. No, you're a grown woman, control yourself, act like you got some sense, period. Nobody got time. Everybody got their own problems. Nobody wants to. This is what we fail to realize. Everyone has their issues. It's a matter of containing them. It's a matter of making sure that the issues hurt.
Oh my God. Fucking tired, man. All right, so that's 6. Oh, this guy right here was on fire. Yo, this dude, I just found his page today. Hold on, I got you. This guy, new cat, I just found today. His name is Red Supreme TV1. Just found him today, and let's see what he's talking about.
See, I'm telling you why Dr. Umar is full of shit and how he puts his foot in his mouth. To say that, you're acknowledging that the black woman is out of line. To say that the African won't put up with the American black woman because of her attitude, you first had to acknowledge that she has a problem speaking to me in a certain way. Because if the first thing you say to that black woman is, you can't do that over there, then you know that she's doing bullshit over here, but you're not correcting her for it. You're not checking her for it. All of the smoke is for black men.
Yep.
See, Dr. Umar knows that the black woman has a problem. You can't take that to Africa, so now you just admitted that she's doing bullshit in America if she can't take it to Africa. Let's go.
And they will never
I'll
get
take
married.
the sisters to Africa who married brothers they met.
Right. To black men with white women.
With all women.
You should only be with the black woman.
And you will say, well, if you can't find a good woman in America, there's
somewhere
plenty
else.
in Africa.
Absolutely.
So why not teach that same rhetoric to our women? Like, if you, if you feel
I
like
tell sisters all the time, go to Africa.
So
I know
then-
sisters who marry. I just spoke with a sister. She invited me to the wedding. She just married a brother from the continent.
So, but instead of saying they will never
I've
get
taken
married,
sisters to Africa who married brothers they met in Africa.
Right.
So yeah,
I think
do teach that.
there's plenty. I think there's.
And black men, I'm not letting y'all off the hook either. I'm finna get on you simp niggas. I'm finna get on y'all as well, because y'all niggas, y'all play a major role in why the black woman behaves the way that she behaves. It ain't all her fault, but a lot of it is. And I'm gonna hold you niggas accountable for your part as well. I ain't letting you niggas off of the hook. I'm criticizing the black woman now. I'm gonna get on your motherfucking ass in 5 minutes, fool. Yeah.
Obviously, plenty of black men,
Yes,
black
it is.
women.
And what I also
saying that
tell
they'll
black
never
women,
get
if you're going to
married-
go get you an African man from the continent,
right,
you're going to have to understand that the way in which you talk to black men in America will not be tolerated over there.
Why the fuck is it tolerated? It's not tolerated here. That's what we're trying to tell them.
Well, over here, I want to say this to us though, because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not.
This is what triggered me. I believe this is the first thing that triggered me right here.
At least partly responsible for. Let's be honest.
See, Dr. Umar, he's double talking. You just acknowledged that black women do bullshit because you said black women. You can't take that to Africa. So you know they're doing bullshit in America. He knows that they're doing bullshit in America. Why you think he informed them that you can't take that to Africa? Because he knows it's bullshit. He knows it. But he's double talking. He want to keep his female audience, and he wants to blame black men for things he should be telling black women to get together themselves. Hit the like button.
Black woman has had to hold down the black house. Over here, I want to say this to us though, because
now when he says hold down the house, they had help. Black women had help, quote unquote, holding down the house. Black women didn't hold down the house. It was the man's responsibility to hold down the house, correct? Correct. When you take the man out of the house and you replace it with the system held down the house. The system paid that rent, that light bill, that gas bill, that food bill, that ShopRite and associates, Key Food, the Western beef, the government held it down. That rent at the Section 8 house that had to have pass tests to make sure you could put your kids in there. The government held the house down. The government became your man. All y'all did was dress them kids, feed them, and take them to school to a certain age. That's what you did. The white man held the fucking house down for 50 years, not you. It's a fact.
because we try to act like the way sisters treat us doesn't have a history that we are not at least partly responsible for. Let's be honest. The black woman has had to hold down the black house by herself, although imperfectly. She's had to do it by herself since the mass incarceration of black males began in the 1970s. You understand me? Most of our children are raised by a single mother right now. And it has been that way for about 50 years. So when a sister says, I don't need a man, because she couldn't find one strong enough to hold her down. Or
that's bullshit, Dr. Umar. A lot of these women were so dysfunctional, they didn't deserve suitable men. They weren't fit for suitable men. You're not telling the full story. Yes, you had a lot of black men screwed up, incarcerated, but let's not pretend like black women.
Yeah, incarceration. Don't forget, every time this comes up, man, I know that there's a couple dudes who have babies. Remember, there's about 7 to 10% of these niggas. 1,330,000 pookies out of 19 million. So you came across some niggas that they just skied it, beat it, and left. But there were a lot more. Like today, that 30% today that's in the house that had the kids. In the 60s, that 30% of men was kicked the fuck out to the street. The 33% of men that are in the homes, that are married, that are in the homes that have the kids with the woman, in 1960s, they would have been kicked out of the house when the welfare shit came on because there was no jobs. So saying that shit, you got to acknowledge that they were forced out. But nobody wants to acknowledge that. You know why? Nobody cares about the fucking black man. Nobody cares. Everybody just expects you to go through this shit and then fucking produce or shut up. Go through this shit, make something of yourself, come back home, provide, and shut up. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. After this interview, me personally, I don't even give a fuck about mines. If I could save a couple of other ones on the way of raising mines, fine. But as far as the black community, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. I don't. Because everybody that I know that was fucking murdered was murdered by a fucking nigga from the community. That shit is too far gone to be fucking saved. A lot of people say, "Oh, when you get money, you lead a neighborhood. Oh, I remember Malcolm X was saying that speech. Back then, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But today, nah, nigga, you make a certain amount of money, get the fuck out the hood, man. What you around there for? He gonna say, "Oh, professionals left the hood. That's why the kids look up to rappers and athletes." That's just fucking stupid, period. They look up to rappers and athletes, one, because they're winners. Who doesn't like a winner? Two, they're plastered all over this platform that you're watching, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. That's why they look up to them, because they're everywhere. Now, as for the professional, you tell them, so you mean to tell me in Brownsville, in Chicago, North Carolina, South Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, wherever, you make yourself, you went through enough fucking hell, enough school, enough of missing birthdays and hanging out and just missing life to make yourself finally worthy of a decent salary, and you finally get the salary. I'm talking the 130s, the 150s. You know what I'm saying? That's decent. When you get to like 180,000, do you want to be the motherfucker in the hood making 180,000, 200,000, still living in the hood? You the only nigga on the block making between 180 and 220. You think motherfuckers on the block is like, yo, man, that Mr. Johnson, man, he got a good job and he doing this and he doing that. And wow, I want to be like him. You think that's what's going on? Or do you think it's more like, man, if I catch Mr. Johnson slipping, it's over? I think more so of the latter. The same way you don't want to go to these foreign countries and be known as the rich American, you don't want to be in the hood known as the nigga that got it. He's a professional. My man look high as shit in this picture.
Women, like all these black women, were just suitable for these successful men. Quit playing. Let's not pretend like all these black women were suitable for these successful men. Quit playing.
Quit playing, nigga.
It's A lot of this shit is their fault why they ain't got no man. You can't blame the reason why they ain't got no man on black men. Well, she ain't got no man because of black men. Blame it on her behavior.
Blame it on.
What about her promiscuous nature? What about her bad behavior? Nah, don't nobody want to talk about that. Just blame the black man. Let's talk about her promiscuous behavior. Let's talk about her unruly nature. A lot of these black females aren't suitable for respectful, successful men. Quit playing.
It's a fact. When you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay.
To my black women out there that are suitable, to the beautiful black women that are suitable, I'm not talking to you. But we're not going to sit up here and pretend like all these black women are just suitable for successful men. We're not going to play those games.
Bills or whatever, pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you. Or when you meet a woman and you say, sister, I'm strong enough to be your man. You ain't got to work or you ain't got to pay the bills or whatever. Pull back. I got you. And she can't do it because all the other men before you who disappointed her. So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women.
All the other black men before you. What is one of the number one things women always say? Oh, I'm not like them. Oh, you shouldn't treat me like them. Oh, you got to come to me healed, right? But this nigga making up an excuse for y'all though. Oh, it's okay because the last 3 niggas did it dirty. Although you have more than the last 3 niggas that came to her, totally different than the last 3 niggas that came to her. You're gonna have to take. You're responsible for the last 3 niggas that violated it. Now you got to pay. Fuck out of here.
Because we created that personality. We created that. And then we want to act.
We ain't create shit. See, what he likes to do, he sound like he was raised by a fucking angry single mother, man. That's just what's coming out. It was fucking pores right now.
Like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I have to be held accountable because a nigga the same age as me is a poor selection. Me and this nigga born same time, same day, same neighborhood, but I'm different. I'm responsible for why he treats you like shit, for why he ain't shit. I'm responsible for that. That makes you see that's stupid. It's stupid. Like this nigga he just talks, man. He talks before he thinks. Slow down 15 seconds. Listen to the question. Shut your mouth. Process the question. Formulate a proper answer, and then say it. Stop just shooting shit out because you just want to be right. No, because no, nigga, you saying dumb shit. You make yourself look dumb. Where the fuck you get your fucking doctor shit from? Get the fuck out of here, man.
We got to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. So black men don't have a poor selection when it comes to women. So successful black men, responsible, successful black men don't have a poor selection when they deal with black women. Come on, Umar. Do you mean to tell me that these brothers who are successful, bred together, things in order, you mean to tell me there's tons of suitable black women for them? Man, you playing. You are playing.
See what you're saying, and then we want to act like we didn't play a role.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable. No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection. See what you're saying, you're selecting a poor mate. And what I'm saying is they don't have much to select one, so of course you're going to end up with a poor mate. And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. We are.
All right, listen. How about black women? Now, I get it. Black men aren't in the homes. But then you got to look at the black women and who they give their bodies to. See, it's deeper than that, Dr. Umar. Look at black women and who they get their bodies to. You got black women with PhDs with babies by gangbangers and jailbirds. So it's my fault as a man that has his shit together, that put himself in his position by making good choices. I got to be held accountable because this black woman don't know who to get her. I got to be held accountable because this black woman don't know who to give her coochie to. I get it, man. Accountability is for both sides, black men and black women. But a lot of this is nonsense. You can't hold me accountable for the black woman's poor choices. You said it. Black women have complete control over who they give their vagina to. Black women have complete control over who they give their vagina to. I'm not buying that shit. It's their fault. You picked the wrong nigga. It is your fault. You laid down with the wrong nigga. Now you want to blame it on black men.
Or not. They out there killing themselves right now. What we doing about it? Unemployed black males. What we doing about it? Pants sagging, weed smoking. What we doing about it? Black men are not raising black boys to be the men our community needs. That is 100% our fault. What I'm saying is she got a right to be angry with us. She got a right to be angry with us. We have not been on our job as black men. If the men are the providers, what have we been providing for our community? I'm not speaking you individually.
Yes.
Because you may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. You may be a damn good father. But guess what? What are we doing for the community? What are we doing for the children who don't have a father?
This is the problem with that, right? If we just listen, I need everybody to hit the like button and support the show. I'm gonna read off the cash apps in another few minutes. Now, this is the problem that I have with that. I understand that, but I also see the problem with that. If we took all these single mothers and just provided for their children to where they didn't have to deal with it, we're incentivizing more black women to just have children because black men gonna provide for me regardless. You see the mentality that creates? The same mentality with black women in the government. I can say, fuck black men, I don't need them because the government gonna give me food and housing. Now I can feel like I don't need no man and be disrespectful to them because the government gonna take care of me regardless.
Oh, he's right.
So if black, listen, I need everybody to hit the like button and support the show. I'm gonna read off the cash apps in another few minutes. Now, this is the problem that I have with that. I understand that, but I also see the problem with that. If we took all these single mothers and just provided for their children to where they didn't have to deal with it, we're incentivizing more black women to just have children because black men gonna provide for me regardless.
I recall hearing women, real life, talking about other men, talking about shit. I'll just go find another daddy for my kids. He ain't gonna like how fucked up is that? Bitch gonna say, I'll just find another daddy for my fucking kids. I heard motherfuckers say it. And I'm looking like, yo, that's crazy. Not just one, I heard multiple women in my life say that shit. Somebody else to be playing football with your kids. I'll just find another daddy for my kids. So you think you got it like that? Baby mamas is off the fucking market. Y'all are done. I don't give a fuck what this nigga right here say. I don't care what he say. You niggas is done off the market. And I've seen it already. I passed the rhetoric around. Other people preach the rhetoric around. Black men are waking up. Once we find out you got a kid, you're only good for one thing. I'm not taking you serious. I'm not going to go in this shit taking you serious. I might have been thinking of taking you serious from jump when we first met. I'm like, damn, no, shit, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, then when I find out, oh, yeah, I got a 3-year-old. That's a whole 15 years. And you got to go through with God knows what. Nah. For real. God help you. You'll find a sucker, because there's still simps out. You'll find a sucker. But God help you, you got 2, 3, 4 kids, man. Done off, potted done.
You see the mentality that creates? The same mentality with black women in the government. I can say fuck black men, I don't need them because the government gonna give me food and housing. Now I can feel like I don't need no man and be disrespectful to him because the government gonna take care of me regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So if black men decided to mentor and take care of all these children who have absent fathers that are raised by single mothers, if we stepped up as black men and just mentored and took care of all these children, we are incentivizing more black women to have children. Because guess what? Black men gonna take care of them regardless. So I don't need a man. I can have a baby by whatever nigga I want to fuck with. And if he don't want to take care of the baby, black men got me regardless.
Somebody gonna do it.
Do you see the mentality that creates in women?
Yeah, B.
They did it with the government, and now you're telling black men to do it. Take care of black women regardless.
Yeah, his stream, I like his stream. I'm gonna check out the rest of it. I want you to see this right here. I want you to check this out right here, man. Look at this. Right? This broad right here. Mother of 8 kids, evicted and homeless. She got 8 kids. She doesn't have a place to stay. She's broke. Doesn't have a job. Hasn't had a job. But she has 8 kids. This woman was broke when she had the first baby, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all the way to the 8th baby. Why does she keep having kids? Then she cries. And now, what kind of person are you? Who are you having kids by? That you can't say, yo, listen, Gerald, Jerome, Harvey, Tyrone, whoever. I need you to take Lil JoJo. I need you to take Lil fucking Tamik. I need you to take Lil Tay-Tay, hold them for like 2 weeks until I get this housing shit situated. Who are you sleeping with that you can't do that? She on drugs? Possibly. Seen a lot of pregnant ass crackheads.
Saying that I had only by tomorrow to move out. Me and my kids don't have nowhere to go. And I just want somebody to help me. Because I don't have no money and nobody to help.
Fuck, you have 8 kids, you ain't got no money. How you have 8 kids and you don't got no money? This is the type of person to go out to dinner with somebody, with your friends, go on an outing. Back in the day, we used to all get together, go out, and it was always one nigga that didn't have no fucking money, but still came out with us. Now it's time for us to go pay for the movie ticket, or now it's time for us to go to the restaurant and hear this nigga go, yo, bro, I ain't got no money. Then, bro, why you come if you ain't got no money, bro? That's this motherfucker.
Even if you could help me with a job or a place to stay, I appreciate it.
Help you with what job? What job? What job you want help with? You got 8 kids. Help you with a job. You're gonna need help with freaking babysitting now. How you gonna make it to the job? I help you with a job. How you gonna get to the job?
Well, I have 8 sons and they all stay with me. I feel like this the only really family I have because my family's not really there for me like they should.
Because they seen you grow up. They seen you had a first baby, no money, no job. Probably helped you out there. Seen you had a second baby, no help, no job, no husband, no man. Third baby, same shit. And you just keep having babies. And they're like, listen, man, we're not going to disrupt the quality of our fucking life because this broad can't keep her fucking legs closed.
Could be.
I want to show you.
Yeah, it does say you must vacate the above property on or before the 13th. Civil Process Court Administrator's Office. Oh, that's the real deal.
Real deal, girl.
Yeah, they can come anytime they want.
Look at all your
So
shit
they
on.
might, but it's already noon. She is about the most challenging case I have right now. I don't know how to help her. She is in such dire straits with her utilities and her housing.
But I'll get through it.
Now, I want you to pay attention to this. This is important to me. This is one of her sons. This is only 4 right here. So the other 4, I don't know. I guess he had another table or whatever. But pay attention to the youngin right here. If you can see my cursor on his red hood, pay attention to him. He's displaying what she needs to display, which is shame. She has no shame. That's why she got 8 kids and broke. Because she didn't have shame. She wasn't ashamed of having 3 kids and being broke. Then the 4th one and being broke. Then the 5th one and being broke. This kid right here, he's ashamed. I'm gonna show you something else. Look.
Really need the help because I don't have any income and I need a steady place to stay. And I don't want me and my kids have to keep repeating.
Now, this young man is covering his face because he's ashamed. This young man, everybody else got a plate in front of them, right? Except for this kid. I guess he done, I don't know. But this kid, he just got a cup of juice and whatever is in this plastic cup. There's one plastic cup there, plastic cup there. She got a plastic cup, which means he didn't take a lot of food because he was ashamed. Because he was ashamed, he feels embarrassed that he has to go through this. I feel sorry for this kid, man.
And homeless. So I hope it's somebody out there with a good heart that'll help me and my kids because I've really been through a lot. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna get through it. No matter what. I'm a very strong person, so
It's enough of that bullshit. Done. I'm done. Yo, I'm about to dip on the stream. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.